does that struggle or does that pain become like a lens by which you can kind of relate to things that are of anguish? Like, you can write so well about it because it's so normalized in your mind and in your life, just not being like everyone else. Does the pain become a lens by which you can write these songs?
Scholar.
I think very deeply.
Sinner.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Derrick Pierce. Welcome to the Scholar and Sinner Show. Don't.
You almost choked.
Okay, watch.
Didn't get it up.
Hey, cut to. Hey, this is Derrick Pierce. Welcome to the Scholar and Sinner Show.
Good job, my friend.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah,
is
very
that
good.
better? So we can leave the top of that right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Yeah, just let it go because it's real. Because it's all the way live. You know what it is? You threw me out of my element because I don't have my earphones.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, you notice we're
headphones.
kind of headphoneless. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Kip the Excited today. Did you guys miss us? I know you missed us. We missed the episode last week.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
No?
No,
Oh,
because we're going to act like we had shot it and
Yeah.
nobody else would know.
What he said. Something like that. Yeah.
Not batting 1,000 today?
Nah, man, nah.
You going to be on the phone the whole time?
You know
Just
me.
checking. I'm just checking.
I do what I do.
Nobody else knows those are notes right there.
You say that all the time.
I thought you were supposed to put a little kickstand down on it and
Can
act
you
like
please get on with the show, motherfucker?
it's part of the show.
See, Josh told me not to curse too much, Josh. Hey, where's your microphone, Josh?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's incognito today.
Oh, he's hiding out. All right.
Basically.
All right.
So, listen, I just want to jump in because we have a lot to cover today.
We have a whole lot to cover.
Yeah,
today.
a whole lot to cover.
Yes.
Because it's not that we haven't been here for a few weeks. But we haven't been here for a few weeks. And so there's a lot going on.
Yes.
And then we also have a special guest, which I have a feeling will be our best guest ever.
The best, most amazing guest ever. Boogie,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She's just cuter than you,
Well,
Boogie.
it's only two
It's okay.
guests. What if Boogie ends up being the worst guest we ever had?
That would be fantastic because Boogie did a
Boogie was a
fantastic
good
job.
guest.
Yes.
I still get comments on the Reebok.
The whole shoe in the vagina thing
Yeah.
is a pretty amazing conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you gave
Shoes
away that
out.
whole episode. Now they don't have to watch it.
Go back and watch the shit. It's amazing. So,
Anyway. So what's going on?
we are interviewing the amazing, the beautiful, the incredibly, endlessly talented King Elle Noir today.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
And what else are we doing today? Well, we have like a plethora.
Oh, yeah.
See,
Well,
what I thought that we were going to do is run down the list.
Oh.
So you guys could be like, maybe I will sit and listen to what they have to say today.
well, we got a lot of shit to talk about. There's the... Should I give it to
Just
you?
like that. Listen, this is serious business, okay?
This dude thinks he's smart because he has a pair of fucking glasses on that don't do anything.
They cover my eyes.
That's what the fuck they do.
That's what they're supposed
That's
to
what
do.
they do. Okay. So should we go in order or not?
Go ahead, man.
All right, so-
Kip, what's on the agenda for today?
What's on the agenda today is that we have a plethora of topics. The idea of trans rights and what does it mean for a trans individual to matriculate into society. We're talking about the hypocrisy of my boy Pepe Le Pew getting canceled. Pepe Le Pew got the axe versus the Grammy performance. We'll save that
We'll
later.
get to that, yeah.
We also have, oh my goodness, Robert Aaron Long. If you don't know who Robert Aaron Long is, just stay tuned and we are going to talk about Robert Aaron Long.
We're going to make it quick.
Yes.
But
For now.
comprehensive.
But for now.
Well, what else do we have after that? We have our sports and entertainment, and then we have porn stories.
And then we porn stories and then where everybody gets to go home.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
they can go home whenever they want.
Well, you motherfuckers are already home, so
Yeah.
that's how that
I
works.
thought you were going to curse.
I can't help it, man.
Boy, you
All
can,
right, I'll try. Let me get myself
you
together.
can take the
I'm
guy
gonna
out
get all-
of Brooklyn, but not the Brooklyn.
I'm gonna get all the motherfuckers out of my system now. I wish I
Wow,
had.
you really
I
just
wish
did
I had.
that.
I wish I had a Samuel L. Jackson button that I could push. You motherfuckers. That would be great. What?
I'm trying to be good over here.
I know that you're not upset with me saying motherfuckers when there's a bevy of product and media out there with your balls out. Stop it.
I'm sorry. That's consensual activities.
Yeah,
and
I
people
consensually
are
say
paying
motherfucker.
top dollar. You better be paying for it because I have bills to pay. And if you keep stealing my freaking porn, see how I said freaking? My freaking porn.
It doesn't carry the same punch.
No, it doesn't.
How about you try that again? Let's give it a little bit more. Let's put some.
Y'all don't quit stealing my freaking porn.
Oh man.
No.
No.
All right. Anyway, let's go on. So trans rights, from freaking porn to trans rights.
All right, man. So
Well, what is your issue with this? Because I made you stop talking about it at the top because we weren't on the show yet. So please proceed.
So I don't think that the liberation of one gender should come at the expense of another. Like, your social liberation should not come at the oppression of another gender that is already here. Like, what I mean by this is that, specifically about this video, there's a girl, she's a track runner in high school.
Yes.
And then her motivation is totally destroyed because she has to compete against trans girls. She's like, well, why should I run against these girls? Because I'm just going to lose. And if you think about that, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, this should actually kind of be another category. Because if this girl is she's as much as she's not a boy, she is the same amount not a girl, right? Now we can give her the pronoun, we can identify her as a girl, because beauty can be manufactured. The things that we consider to be beautiful is there's a science to the symmetry of someone's face. You can make someone fucking beautiful, Kylie Jenner.
How many more times are you gonna try to keep us demonetized?
Oh fuck! Have you seen those pictures of Kylie Jenner when she was like 14? That little bitch look. Damn it!
Are you? Wow. We're just throwing all freaking positives out the window, huh?
All I'm saying here is that, like, when you have these trans girls that are breaking records because it was a trans powerlifter that broke a woman's record, it kind of diminishes the achievement, because she broke a woman's record, she did not set a trans record, so she doesn't become a trailblazer. You know what I mean? Like,
but so let's take sports out of the equation for a minute.
Okay.
Because that was some of what we were talking about, was it super straight or?
Oh yeah, those super straight guys. Yeah, the concept of super straight are individuals that feel attacked when they say they're not attracted to trans girls or
Which I can
trans
understand.
females. And the worst part about this is that it's almost like they're not allowed to have a preference. But the only problem I have a problem with it if it becomes like mean-spirited and evil and like oppressive. Like, you should never. How come people just can't be nice? Like, why is that so difficult? Right?
I think people are inherently mean.
I agree. People are just assholes.
Maybe not inherently mean. People are inherently insensitive.
I like that better. I think insensitive is a good way to put it, because, yeah, when someone says they're not attracted to someone else, that doesn't necessarily mean they're devaluing them as a person in society.
Right, just not attracted.
It's just, I'm just not physically attracted to you, and there's nothing wrong with having a physical preference or a preference for someone that you want to share your body with. Like, what? I don't understand where we run into an issue, but I don't think that those individuals should be shamed.
So how do you feel about adding pronouns to activity?
What do you mean? Well, explain, please.
Well, like, for instance, if you meet somebody, what the newest thing is you identify yourself with the pronoun that you would use, i.e., he, him,
yeah, no, I think,
she, her, they, them.
I think people have the right to be called or to be identified any pronoun that they choose. Like, if I meet a trans woman and she wants to be called her, I will respectfully call her her. The reason why it is because if I go against it, what I'm doing is I'm burning a bridge of communication and I'm devaluing that person. Now I can't even get to know the person because of a pronoun.
But then the line is sports, then.
The line is sports. The line is competition. The line is
competitive activities.
Yes, if we're going to uplift trans individuals, we need to give them an equal. Because look, we're talking about equity here, right? Mm-hmm. And your equity cannot come at the expense of someone else. So if that's the case, if we're talking about things being equal, then they should have their own platform to express themselves. If it's in athletics, if it's in, like, the idea that some guy that transitioned in his 20s and he became a woman. Now I'm going to call him a her, right? Mm-hmm. He's a her, right? But he should not be able to have a powerlifting competition versus biological women, because number one, that does nothing for trans rights. And number two, it just oppresses the girls that have been powerlifting their whole life. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Anyway,
yeah, demoralizes them. Like, all right, like, did you see that Phelan Fox is a mixed martial artist?
Yeah.
And she got her ass, she's a trans woman, she got her ass in the ring and got fucked up. That girl, I forgot the girl that beat her ass, but that girl beat the brakes off of her, which is cool, right? But there's got to be kind of a line drawn, you know what I mean? There's got to be a kind of a line drawn, because in my opinion...
So if a, I don't know how you'd put it, if a biological woman beats a female who has chosen to transition, that's okay.
I don't think that the trans woman should be competing with the biological woman at all. Now, I do understand that if girls transition earlier, before puberty, some of the bone density and the muscle density things don't set in because you don't have testosterone in your system. Right. But that leads us to another point where, like, Dwayne Wade's daughter. Right. Dwayne Wade's daughter transitioned early. Right, and I saw an article that says, well, you can't go to war, you can't buy alcohol, but you can change your gender.
I understand that argument.
yeah.
I don't know that I agree or disagree.
Yeah, I don't know where I
but I
land on that
certainly
one
understand
either.
it.
But the point is that if we are going to like uplift this group of people that is, you know, overlooked and oppressed, then we need to identify them as individuals, because transgender woman is still a woman, but it is a transgender woman. It comes with an asterisk. It doesn't. It's just not. It's not a woman. They're transgender women, and that's fine. But allowing them their own pedestal is, to me, the best way to actually uplift them and to strengthen them.
Well, I agree with empowering a trans community.
Right.
And I'm cool with however you want to be approached. There's a learning curve. Get some of us older hetero guy. What was it?
Right. I mean,
wait, what's the term? Cisgender.
Cisgender. Oh, that's right. Cisgender men.
I'm trying to keep track. There's a lot of stuff going on with this stuff.
I didn't know what cis meant for a while.
Yeah. So just give us an opportunity to catch up to the curve, like he, him, and she, her, and they, them.
Even you have colleagues.
I have a lot of friends who are trans.
Yes,
and I'm
you have
cool
colleagues.
with it.
You actually posted this sister on your
Natasha.
Yeah, and when I looked at her, I was like,
gorgeous.
I was like, she's a beautiful woman. She's a trans woman, right?
Still beautiful.
Still beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I said, beauty can be manufactured. Half of your girlfriends pay for them fucking eyelashes and they put that lipstick on, and you know what I'm saying? Like, beauty can be manufactured. It can be bought.
Maybe we can manufacture you to stop cursing.
I'm trying, bro.
You are not trying. You've
Okay,
cursed
hold on,
more
man.
in the last 10 minutes than you have in the last 10 episodes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm just trying to follow the rules. I brought my glasses and everything.
I know, man. I know you ain't got a problem with my profanity, okay?
I don't.
Mr. You dick-slinging monster, you.
Wow, I'm leaving. I can't work under these conditions.
I'm sorry. I will not.
Speaking of working under conditions,
Yes. So,
what you got on that list over there?
Pepe Le Pew's getting canceled.
Yeah, well, he's a skunk. He's damn
Pepe
near a
Le
rat.
Pew is getting canceled, man.
rat.
He's
He should be
getting his ass up out of here.
No, I don't think he should be canceled. I think that's...
Look, man, I can't front. When I was a kid, I was like, yo, Pepe goes hard in the paint, man. He's like, just trying to take some pussy, Pepe. What's going on?
He does go a little hard in the paint, but the comedian that we both follow, Ryan Davis, made a great point.
Yeah.
We don't actually know how skunks interact with each other. Maybe that's their get down.
Maybe that's how
they function. Like maybe they just and take it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not a skunk. I've never seen two skunks have consensual intercourse.
And he thinks that skunk,
I don't know.
he thinks that the object of his affection is a skunk when it's actually a cat.
Pepe's
he's mistaken, right? But we're going to get to that because I think that we can kind of talk about Pepe's sex addiction. Right?
Why you look at me and nod your head like I have a sex addiction?
No.
I do, but that's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant. We're going to swing it around to your boy, not your boy, no one's boy, Robert Aaron Long, right?
Yeah, what? Wow.
We're going to go from Pepe Le Pew to Robert Aaron Long. Yes.
Call a stone cold murderer my boy.
We're going to swing it around.
Most likely because he's white. That's why. But if it was a black dude shooting a gang of Asian girls,
no, that's not happening.
That wouldn't be your cousin.
No, hell no.
All of a sudden.
No, man, no. Listen.
White people do stupid stuff like that, by the way.
So when we're talking about like the idea, like I remember being not offended by Pepe Le Pew, but thinking that he always went kind of hard, but I never really took it that serious.
Yeah, I don't think
I was offended by Speedy Gonzalez.
Why?
Speedy Gonzalez made me feel uncomfortable, bro. And he has that cousin named Slowpoke because it's a Mexicano, specifically Mexican stereotype of the slow, lazy,
But no, not for Speedy.
Bro.
Speedy was a beast. He never got caught, although he was in an area that wasn't his, taking stuff that wasn't his, and being chased out by the authority figure implied in that area, and always came back and made fun of him every time he escaped.
Yes. Yeah, Speedy.
Damn, that sounds like the border.
Speedy was kind of rough, bro.
Never mind. That's completely inappropriate.
Man.
Are you kidding me? Speedy was a beast.
Listen, man. I'm just saying how I felt.
I feel like it made the Mexican culture is that they work hard and move fast.
Really?
No, but sounds good.
Okay, cool. Because I thought that Speedy is well. First of all of this stuff is satire. All of it is satire.
Of course it is.
And
it's a mouse.
Like Yosemite Sam is famous for saying cotton picking varmint, right? A varmint.
No, full well he never picked any cotton.
A varmint is a creature that is extra. It's a pest. It's something that you need to destroy, right? And cotton picking is a reference to black slavery, right? So
or it could just be
it is not a reference.
I'm not going to work my way out of this.
No, absolutely not. No, you won't.
Really trying.
No, you will not. But if we look at these
maybe you're talking about the cotton gin.
The cotton gin was made by Eli Whitney, who was a white man who stole the design from the slaves that were there. Stop it, man. I know the shit. I got it.
However we got there.
I did go to school.
It's the matter that we got there.
Let's not get off of the point here. What we're saying is that these characters are satirical, right?
Right.
But the problem here is in order to understand satire, it takes a certain amount of intelligence. And I don't ever think that, like, the public can get over that intellectual hurdle.
So America's stupid. Got it. Move on.
We're going to get around to our boy Robert Aaron Long in a second, right? Because if we're talking
of America who's stupid.
Yeah, man. Speaking of, because, like, hold on. We got to get to Cardi. We got to get to Cardi and Megan from the Grammy performance.
Yeah.
Because there's this huge, Pepe Le Pew's cancelization is being, pushed by the Gen Zs, right? I know.
And liberal.
And liberals, right? There's X, there's millennial, and the newest kids on the block are the Generation Zs. The problem with the Generation Zs attacking Pepe Le Pew is that Pepe Le Pew is like 30 years older than they are.
Right.
Right? Pepe Le Pew is old.
Right.
And what happened is now Pepe Le Pew is not going to be in the new Space Jam movie, but the scene with him in the new Space Jam movie was going to be him being reprimanded for his bad behavior. So it was actually an observation of his lascivious behavior.
Wow, it was a little
SAT
suspect.
word, lascivious. Look it up, motherfucker.
It was suspect, but I don't think anybody looked at it.
No, so the same individuals that want to cancel Pepe Le Pew are the same individuals that are kind of championing Megan and Cardi's their performance. If they're not championing, like, I'm not saying it's good. They're literally tight-lipped and not saying very much about the sexual expression during the Grammys. That was an incredibly sexual performance. Why? Okay, you tell me why. Why would I consider that a sexual performance? Was it not the simulated lesbian act that happened on stage? Was it not the
in all fairness, it was 2 counts.
It doesn't matter.
It was a graze.
Doesn't matter.
We didn't even touch. It wasn't. It just kind of went by it.
They didn't bump their thingies. Is that what you're trying to say? No thingy bumping going on.
It was like if you was in a parking lot and you're like, "Did you hit my car door?" No, I almost hit your car door.
But there's gonna be somebody like, "Yo, he hit his car door." Ooh, that's what's gonna happen.
But it actually didn't make contact. Therefore, no contact, no foul.
No contact, no foul. All right. So, and what do you think? Because
I personally don't have a problem with the performance. I think that they had that performance because they're popular as hell, and with that video had almost 10 million views or something like that, which was not including the initial broadcast of it, right?
Right.
So I don't have a problem with it. I found it ironic that they had a stripper heel and a bed and a stripper pole, which then led me to think about all of the stripper fitness classes and pole dancing.
Right.
Which you would crucify your husband if he came home with glitter on his drawers.
Yeah, glitter on his drawers. That's a bad look, fellas.
And have a stripper twerk all over it, but it's okay for you to
come home
get your
smell like
workout.
body spray.
Yeah, but it's okay for you to get your workout in some clear clicky heels. You know what the click thing is about, right?
So, no, what's the click thing about?
To get your attention, like this.
Oh, word.
That's why they do that, when they slam their heels on the floor. Bam!
That's what that's for?
Yeah, it's called tip me.
Oh, shit. It works. I'm like Pavlov's dog when that shit happens. You know, if Pavlov rings a bell, you get him money. I mean, he'll go, pow. I'm like, oh,
that's what they do it for.
There you go.
But isn't that ironic that through the course of wanting to cancel people like Pepe, and I'm sure there's some people that want to cancel Bugs, and just basically all of the Looney Tunes at some point in time, but having a stripper workout class is okay, but then you shouldn't have WAP on stage.
So here's my take, right? I don't think that people should rely on media to raise their children.
Yeah, maybe you should just be a parent.
Yeah, if parents were parenting, like, don't get me wrong, I don't support that.
Because isn't there the thing with what's her name, with Megan's daughter walking in?
Yeah, not Megan's daughter, with Cardi's daughter.
Cardi's daughter, yeah.
Culture walks in while she's playing.
She shut all that down.
Shut it down, right? Because she's
Which
aware
is appropriate.
of, like, not all information is for everybody.
Right.
And the information that was being presented in that specific realm is not appropriate for children. So if you have to be able to take some responsibility in raising your children. You can't point the finger at media for, when you should have been the parent. But I also don't believe that, because what happens here is women's sexuality is often tied to women's empowerment.
Right.
And I think that that's incredibly limited. Because what ends up happening is, like, I have students.
Well,
I have 13-year-old. Yeah, it is. I have 13-year-old girls in my classroom that think that in order to be powerful, they have to be able to dance or be shaped or to look like Cardi, and that's fucking horrible. Like, it's yes, sexuality is powerful, but so is education, right? And what happens here is we have this unbalanced
which
thing.
is where we're at with Candace Owens and
Man, look,
Cardi.
man, poor Candace, right?
Because poor Candace.
Yeah, because she's an idiot. I mean, like,
I feel
and she's
no
not. Fuck, man.
poorness for. I am not even remotely sympathetic or empathetic to Candace Owens.
Yeah.
She's a sellout.
Oh no,
And she's a sellout to women.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways. You can't ride the Trump train and then scream women empowerment in the same segment while you're knocking, and then talk about how you're gonna sue Cardi B because of her defaming her family on Twitter.
On Twitter.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
Just admit it. You got schooled street style by Cardi, and now you're bitter, and so you're gonna throw an encyclopedia at her fat ass.
She got
Fat ass, PHAT, not the FAT. Although it was not looking as good as
PHAT,
Megan's.
FAT, I'm with it either way.
Yeah, not looking as good as Megan's, just for the record.
Okay.
But, you know, I think it's a ridiculous notion. Now she's completely absorbed by Ben Shapiro and
she's Ben Shapiro's
Wire Media,
like,
what is it?
you know, she's like one of his pundits. Like, I think what we have here, like, I always go back to the idea of women's empowerment being more than them taking off their clothes. Because I do understand there is power in sexuality, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think that our society, focusing on women's sexuality as power, lends back to a male oppressive aesthetic. The only reason why that shit is powerful is because we act like fucking idiots when we see some titties. Like, yo, those are some titties. What?
I'm a professional.
You are in the business of getting dudes to act like idiots when they see some titties.
I'm not impressed. Pay me. Pay me. Pay my rate. I'll do what you want me to do.
So
Pay
where
my
can we
rate.
find you on OnlyFans, my friend?
Oh, Derrick Pierce. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, of course. I got rent to pay. Sign up for my stuff.
I'm gonna
Order
start my own OnlyFans. Y'all gonna see me grading papers and shit. It's gonna be sexy as fuck. Like being there grading tests and shit. Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
I can't. I can't with you.
No. That's I'm not gonna win.
I'm done.
Nobody wants to see me grade papers.
I'm done.
Shit. Well, I'm gonna figure out something.
So this normally would be the point in the show where we would do something along the lines of entertainment or sports and things like that. But we're not going to do that today.
Because we don't need to do entertainment because we what?
We have an entertainer.
We
here.
have an
A
entertainer.
really, really dope entertainer
Amazing.
who I'm like looking at some of this entertainer's accolades right now.
Mhm.
Damn.
Talk about it.
Damn. I've been right for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like legit.
Penn is prolific over there.
Yeah. Like not just, oh, I can sing a little, I can play a couple of instruments even though...
I know it feels uncomfortable when we sit over here talking about you. She sit over like the most amazing songwriting, singing
I was
amazingness.
just repeating the word accolades over and over in my head. I was like, what does that mean?
Okay, well, the cat's out of the bag. We have King Elle Noir.
Nothing but the most amazing guest on the Scholar and Skinner.
Skinner.
Damn it.
As in
Damn it.
Leonard
Hold on.
Skinner. She
The
has nothing
Scholar
to do with Leonard Skinner.
and Sinner show.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's
So,
have that one.
smooth round of applause for King Elle Noir, please. Smooth round of applause for King Elle Noir.
Yay. No, hey, real talk. I was just going through your stuff so I could have like a little cheat sheet. You're no joke, girl.
Thank you.
You know,
try.
I'm really, and you know what? I'm sure Josh, being as amazing as he is, he'll underlay. I want to say that that bitch track, like maybe in the background a little bit.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe we can.
We have Canada Josh.
Yeah.
He's kind of in the sky.
So we have
Not
we
that
have
Josh.
Engineer Josh and Canada Josh.
Josh.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, two
Canada
different
Josh.
Joshes.
Yes.
But I really want to hear that track in the background, and then we can put a link in the description in the bottom. So, not that people haven't heard of her, but those that have lived in the cave, they'll be able to find it.
All right.
So, it's really, really important to us to have musical talent on here as well as producers and everything else because both of us are hardcore hip hop heads. Kip has a huge background in music,
Yes.
way more prolific than I do. But I really want to know first and foremost about your formal training in instruments because I found it really interesting.
Yeah. I started classical piano when I was 18 months old.
Oh, snap.
18 months old.
I was like a prodigy.
Oh, wow.
So like you could barely walk to the piano,
Was
but
barely
then
talking.
you were like Beethovening the hell out of it.
Yeah, she said like 3 sentences. Her first word was piano.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And what else?
And then I took violin when I was, I think 7. I started taking violin. Took that for like 7 years. And then I played piano till I was 16. Took lessons till I was 16, and then I started teaching.
Wow.
And then I played a little bit of guitar and kind of dabble in other things, but
Dabble even.
How do you like?
violin and piano are my things.
That's awesome.
You know?
But I bet if we heard you play guitar, we'd be like, "What the hell do you mean a
The
little?"
nails. I can't do it anymore. I choose the nails over guitar.
So I really want to know about your music. You seem like a creatively inspired artist, and I'll say artist as opposed to singer or musician, because you seem to encompass a lot more than that. I was reading a little bit about you, and so I'm really curious to know how you would classify your music. I know everybody asks that, right?
Yeah, and I seriously don't have like an exact answer, because I was raised in classical music.
Right.
And then I got into country music.
Okay.
And then from there I went into like singer-songwriter, like Sarah Bareilles type stuff. And then from there I started like getting really into like rap and hip-hop and just all that. Loved it. Didn't think that I could do it because I was doing singer-songwriter stuff. And then somewhere in like all of that, it kind of all just melted together.
Which makes perfect sense, because the question I have is, who are your influences? Like, if you had to pick a top 5 dead or alive list in no specific order,
And no specific genre.
in no specific genre, like
Yeah.
which musicians have affected you in your life the most?
Sarah Bareilles.
Okay.
She's probably like the main inspiration that got me to like wanted music for real, and got me into writing. Lil Wayne,
Wayne. Okay.
Nicki Minaj,
Nicki.
John Bellion.
I'm not even familiar, but I'm going to pretend like, yeah, John
He's
Bellion. Okay.
Probably the most underrated artist in the whole entire world.
Okay. Okay.
Like one
okay.
of them. He's a genius.
Okay. Okay.
This is my last one.
You better think about it, because once it's out there, you can't take it back. Okay. We're gonna hold you to this list, but I'm just playing.
Probably Queen.
Queen. So Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury has
Freddie,
one
but
of.
all of them together were brilliant. But
Of
Freddie,
course. He has a vocal range that's unmatched. There's very few singers. What is the name of the band? There is one band. Oh my God. I'm going to come back to it because it's going to come to my mind.
A more modern one?
Yes, it's a modern
Is it
band.
Fun?
Fun. The lead singer from Fun.
Nate.
Yes. He can
I
hit
don't know
those
what
Freddie
yours
Mercury
was.
notes.
Yep.
He can. His voice is not as big, it's not as powerful.
Nate Roos or something. Like,
There is a YouTube video of him covering Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's fantastic. See, when I listen to your music, right, I was actually struck by your ability to write. But your voice, it goes from being like very, very soft and ethereal, right, to actually being something that's kind of powerful and somewhat snarky, like there's kind of like a I don't give a fuck button that you push, and it comes off really, really empowering. Like from songs like I made a small list, right? Because the ones that I really liked, like Bed Check is like that, right? It's kind of powerful, but it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? Henny and Skittles is a very good song, but my favorite, the one I thought was fantastic, Skills. Skills is an excellently written song, because the question that I have for you, there's a lot of loneliness and a lot of pain in that song, right? There's a lot of heartbrokenness in that song.
Yeah.
And you as a person, because we're going to get to something else too, but you as a person, where do you find the inspiration to write something like Skills?
I'm just honest.
Okay.
I'm honest in all my lyrics, like as honest as I can be, and then once I write it, I'm like, how can I make these lines even more real?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So,
I mean-
real life experiences, you know?
I mean, as an artist, you kind of become the conduit for individuals that listen, so that they can actually feel or be able to relate to what
and
you're saying.
that's something that I've learned over the years. When I first started writing, I would be like, how can I make this song more relatable? And so I'd make it more generic.
Right.
So I'm like, no one's going to relate to exactly what I'm going through.
Yes.
But then when it's generic, they don't feel the passion in it, so they don't relate to it.
No,
so I
that's-
found the more personal you are,
Right.
the more they do actually relate.
Of course, because you're special, young lady, and I'm not just over here, tooting your horn, so to speak, because I watched your video when you answered the questions for 30 minutes on YouTube, and
Oh no.
yeah, it's coming, girl, it's coming. Take a deep breath. You're going in that pool, I'm throwing you in. Okay, so you have a very special or a very interesting, or I'll go back to special because I don't want to say the wrong adjective here when we're talking about your kidney failure. right? And the question I have is, does that struggle or does that pain become like a lens by which you can kind of relate to things that are of anguish? Like, you can write so well about it because it's so normalized in your mind and in your life, just not being like everyone else. Does the pain become a lens by which you can write these songs? Because Skills, I was in the car like, holy shit, word? Like, some of the shit you wrote down, I was like, Does the pain become a lens by which you learn to write or which you articulate yourself?
Yeah, I think that, like, my struggles and all the things I've been through have made me who I am as a person.
Of course.
And I feel like as a person in general, I'm just very understanding with everything. And that can sometimes make me a little bit, like, not sympathetic toward people sometimes. But I always have empathy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't always have sympathy, which I try to work on, but I always have
I think
empathy.
you got it right, though. Not everything you need to have sympathy for.
Yeah.
You can be empathetic towards somebody and have that be real and not have the sympathy card. Because you don't need sympathy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what you're looking
It doesn't help
for.
me at all, and I know that
Right.
some people do look for that, and I try to give it to them, but sometimes
and it's
I'm
not
like,
in
if you
your
need
music.
it, I don't know if I can give it to you.
And it's not in your music, but empathy is, right? You don't need anybody to go, oh, poor Elle,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
That would
what-
make me upset.
right. You just want them to
Yeah,
understand.
because
where
it starts
you,
feeling patronizing.
Yeah.
right.
Right.
You just want them
Yeah.
to understand where you came from. I don't need you to help get me up. I'm just doing this so you can hear where I've been. I get that. I understand that. And that, beating cancer already by itself is something.
Yes. She kicked cancer's ass,
Amazing.
y'all. She kicked cancer's ass. Look, how many people... She whooped cancer's ass.
Well, and then have to deal with the aftermath of it is also, that's a hell of a trial and tribulation. So yeah, more props to you for that.
Let me ask you a question. Because your mama didn't name you King Elle Noir.
Nope.
Right? So the question is, what is the meaning? Like, I know, because King is a masculine term. You didn't name yourself Queen Elle Noir, right? And Elle could be a lot of things, but the word noir means black. So what is the meaning of King Elle Noir? Oh, hold on. I like the crown. Is that thing in the forehead is the crown,
I
right?
saw that picture.
It's
Yeah.
crown, right?
Yeah.
All right. I was like, gotta be a crown. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of your name, King Elle Noir?
Well, my name's Ariel.
Ariel.
E-L-L-E.
Oh.
That's where L comes from.
Okay.
So
All
we'll
right.
start there.
Right.
And then when I started dialysis, I was like faced with this decision, and I said I could either give up or keep going. That's the only two options. And so I
Right.
said drown myself or crown myself. And I chose to crown myself.
Drown myself or crown myself. See,
Yeah.
sounds like song lyrics. Okay.
Yeah, it came from lyrics.
Okay.
And then I was gonna do Queen, but it didn't feel right. I was like, I don't want to be Queen. Like,
Right.
I know. And then I was like, well, there's Queen, and they're a group of men.
Right.
And they call themselves Queen, so
Okay.
I want to call myself King. And it felt right. It just felt like, I'm like, yeah, I'm King. I'm not Queen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then Noir, when I got sick, I lost a lot of friends. Because most of my friends, because they all thought I like went dark.
Ooh.
They all thought like I changed, and I did.
Right.
Because of course I changed.
How could you not?
Right.
You know, and I didn't go dark. I just went really, really honest,
Introspective,
and
yeah.
I didn't have time for the bullshit. I didn't have time for like the fake happy. You know what I mean? I was like,
Right.
I'm gonna live life one day at a time, and
love
it
that.
just made me so like honest. And I was like, people say I went dark, and you know, I love the
Introspective.
French language, Noir, and it
Noir.
just sounded cool.
Yeah.
King
Hey,
Elle Noir.
sometimes dark is a place that you need to go.
Yeah.
If you don't know what pain is, you'll never know what joy feels like. You have to have them to balance each other out. Seems like you found
Yeah,
that. So
I mean, some of the most prolific writers are always gonna have something that pulls that out of them. Like, individuals say that the best songwriters are always struggling with pain. It's almost like the tears of a clown cliche.
The best
right?
artists in general,
I
any
mean,
kind of art.
Yeah, you have like guys like Edgar Allan Poe, who was a miserable, depressed alcoholic, and Emily Dickinson, who was agoraphobic. She never wanted to leave her house, and she wrote all these beautiful poems, and no one found it until after she died. Well, the reason why I bring these two up, right, is because I think about your music, because a song like Bed Check is the ill pop song, right? It's popular. It's like, I don't think you was writing Bed Check for my old ass, but Bed Check is dope, right? But then when you write other songs that carry more feelings, you're actually trying or attempting. It's like you're extending your hand, right, through your experiences. Because the question is, does the grind and does the struggle facilitate or push forward the dream? Especially after you've survived cancer, right? Does the grind, because I don't know if you guys understand that someone that goes through dialysis is always drained, right? There's always a draining process. Like the fact that she's sitting here when she should probably be home in bed, right? The fact that she's going to pick up a pen and write a song when there's a lot of caveats that come. This is not just someone that just writes a song for the sake of writing a fucking song, right? So does the loneliness, because you mentioned being lonely. I was like, oh, I'll get her a puppy or something.
I have a cat and a dog.
All right. You mentioned being lonely. I'm asking, does all this negativity facilitate and push forward the grind and the struggle towards the dream?
Yeah, because if I weren't making music, I remember an example. When COVID first started, my family lives in Utah, and I'm not here in LA by myself.
Okay.
And they already hate that I'm here by myself,
right,
being sick and everything, you know. But during COVID, they're like, come home, and I'm like, no, because if I come home and I have to stop doing music and quit this career that I built for myself, I will not have any will to live anymore.
There's no plan B.
I come home, I'm dead.
Right.
I will start dying. It's like when people are sick and then they get like shoved in a hospital and they're there and then they just die quicker because
they're surrounded by.
Yeah.
So if I'm taken out, if I didn't have music, I don't think I would be alive, because I think my health would deteriorate. I would literally just deteriorate. So I have to keep making music. If there's a week where I was too sick to do it, I'll just be so depressed.
You know what I find to be actually really, really interesting is actually the opposite of the concept of noir, because you are equally the individual that has taken the darkness and turned it into something light. But the light side is all of the inspiration. There are people that have some parts of themselves that are broken that can't really find a way to kind of recreate whatever it is they need to create. But you and yourself, just by pen to paper, just by song and microphone, are the inspiration, could technically be the light. What I'm saying here is that your story is equally as important, or if not more important, than the actual song that's on YouTube or on Spotify. Where can the people find your work, young lady?
Everywhere.
All right.
Well, I've looked online, and it's a lot of it is on YouTube, also Spotify, also Apple Radio.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, literally, when she said everywhere, it is everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific spot that you like people to go to find your stuff? Updates, everything?
Spotify is my favorite.
Right.
But like for music, I like to get those streams on Spotify.
Of course.
Which is why I'm asking. We want to make sure we send them to the right place.
Yeah, but then if you want updates on my life and shit, Instagram.
Instagram.
IG,
yeah. Because the journey is very important, because I think about some of my favorite musicians that were deeply tortured, right? And then I think about Chester from Linkin Park, right? When you look back at all those songs when he's talking about hating existence, it has a different resonance when someone had actually died from suicide. Like, he was drowning and he was sick, and the way I look at it, he didn't really kill himself. He died of the illness that he had. And I think that when I listen to your music, it's really just a tone in your voice that actually just... I'm sorry, I'm getting all sensitive and shit. But it's a tone that kind of reaches out. Like, there's a lot of, like a Sarah McLachlan cover would be fantastic for you.
That's what people say.
All right. I knew I was on to something. let me work on it a little bit. So what do you dream about, young lady? Talk to us.
What do I what?
What do you dream about?
I want to take over the world.
That's right.
Like Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm old as hell. She has no idea.
I know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to watch them when I was younger.
Are your family
Utah.
Mormons?
Yeah, Utah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew
Utah gave it away.
Yeah, Utah gave it away.
I'm curious to know, I have two questions. Number one, who is your favorite collaboration been with so far, if you could choose just one? That's the first question. The second is, who have you written for that you've enjoyed writing for the most?
My favorite collab was with Tommy Lee.
Okay.
Because he's just the dopest human ever, and his wife is like one of my best friends. It was just so fun.
Really dope.
Yeah, and he's so talented, and he like loves music just as much today as he did when he was
Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I've never seen someone so passionate about making music. It's
y'all
crazy.
ever remember seeing Tommy Lee in that damn spinning drum cage? And this dude is octopus. Sorry, I get sidetracked. My bad.
Yeah, she was in the middle of answering.
Yeah.
But go ahead, talk about your Tommy Lee experience.
Yeah, he's the shit. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and he's just cool, and he's just super nice, and we still keep working it. He'll send me beats every once in a while, and I'll just write, you know?
Cool.
Or
And-
I'll post a song on Instagram, and he'll be like, send me that, and then I'll send it to him, and he'll throw a beat on it. Like,
Oh, that's really dope.
yeah, he just loves to do it, you know? So that was probably my favorite one. And plus, just
That
being
should-
on an album with Tommy Lee, like, what?
It's,
Yeah.
crazy.
it's certainly not a bad thing to put on the resume.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
So that was your collab, and
Yeah.
what about writing for?
Like, in person, or who I actually, like, write for?
Doesn't matter.
Either one.
Yeah, either one. Where it's like, yo, that's my song. That's really cool.
Like, who did you dig? You know what I mean? Who were you like, oh, okay. Not that you were impressed by writing for them, but what you did for them, you were like, this is amazing.
One of my favorite sessions that's just super memorable to me is the one I did with IBJ. She's the artist with Atlantic. She's so
Right.
cute and so dope.
Mhm.
I just remember, like, so when I write, and I know it's a good song, I write it in like 10, 15 minutes. Because
Right.
it's like revelation.
Mhm.
Right.
And when, like, so I'll go into the studio, and then I'll black out, and then a song will be done when I
Oh,
wake
snap.
up. Like, seriously, I don't remember the process
Right.
ever. But that basically happened. I went to the studio with one of my friends, and we wrote this song together for IBJ. And then at the end, she actually came in, and so we got to actually work with her, and she kind of helped us cater it to her as an
Sure,
artist.
sure.
And then she went in the booth and recorded it right away.
Wow.
She was so sweet. Her mom was there. So sweet. It was just so much fun. We were all just like vibing out. And I love that. I love when you can like write a song that you wrote yourself and then cater it to a specific person.
Sure.
Right. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was really cool. And
How important is image to you? Because you have a very like
Distinct.
distinct sense of style. Like even in the bed check video, like it looked like an anime character to a certain extent, right? And first of all, that cartoon is I'm trying not to curse. It's fly.
you're not.
I didn't
Go
say it. I
ahead.
didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. But it's fly. But how do you feel like when it comes to like style and like what is the inspiration behind creating all of this? Like I see you got SpongeBob right here.
Yeah.
You got my boy Guy Fieri right here.
do you want to hear a story about this one?
Please
Yes.
tell me a story about the Guy Fieri tattoo, please.
So when I got the tattoo,
What does it say underneath it? It says
Gangster.
that's
You know
gangster.
what he
Oh, that's
likes?
really that's
I
gangster,
know
right?
that's
Right.
I just love him so much. I just want to give him a hug. Like that's all. Oh my gosh, I love him. But so when I got the tattoo, I sent it to Brittany and Tommy, a picture of it, and Tommy's like, Guy Fieri's my boy.
Oh, wow.
So he sent a picture to Guy,
Uh-huh.
and then Guy followed me on Instagram,
Oh, that's dope.
and now we kind of
Yeah.
like each other's shit, and I'm like,
Oh, that's the other guy.
yeah.
The Guy Fieri's dope. I remember he had the show. He had a bunch of shows, but yeah, because like, I mean, when we're talking about style, right? There is almost a wave of girls and guys with a similar aesthetic, right? And I guess the question is, what makes you stand out in comparison to, girl X or guy X that has, because some people have tattoos for the sake of fashion. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. It's like, if you're expressing yourself, express yourself, whatever. But I asked you about 2 or even 3 of your tattoos, and you had a meaning. Like, fuck it, I like coffee, so I got a coffee pop. Like, that's
Yeah.
good enough. But what do you do, or what makes you stand out from individuals? Like, if there was a girl B right here that had a similar aesthetic, what makes you special? You could just say, "Cause I'm me, bitch." No,
I
I'm
mean,
just like-
it's funny because I've always been like different and like stood out. Even I think now a lot of people are trying to do that for themselves.
Right.
But I've kind of always been that way.
right.
Like I used to shop in like the boys section in elementary school. You know what I mean? I just like the bigger, looser stuff, like
Right.
all that. But I think where if people knew my whole story. Maybe it's a vibe I give off because some people understand even if they don't know it.
Right.
But I grew up like super religious.
Of course.
No,
Well.
no tattoos, like none of anything that
Right.
I do or have, you know what I mean? But there came a time when I like decided like, sorry, but fuck it. And I just started, I got one tattoo.
Right.
And I got a little more confident.
Right.
And now with every tattoo I get more and
More
more
confident.
confident.
Is
And
it-
so
is
I
it-
think that people can see that like, I'm not doing it for style, it's like just genuinely like.
Being yourself.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So, every guest that comes has to speak their favorite song lyrics.
Oh, yeah, we just started doing
you being a songwriter can't use your own songs.
Yeah, that's not fair.
That's
You gotta
cheating.
pick somebody else's.
So I like to call it rap lyrics as advice. Doesn't have to be a rap lyric. It can be a song lyric.
And
But
we both have done that.
yes. So you gotta look at the camera and give your favorite lyrics, your favorite like 2 bars. Just speaking it.
As advice.
As advice.
It could be anything, like something that just hits you and you were like, oh, that is the words right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, that's...
What was like straight out of
What was
Compton.
yours?
Crazy
What was
motherfucker
yours?
named Ice Cube.
What was yours?
Oh man, on the
Ah,
spot.
look at that.
I got it. I can,
No, what was the last one you used?
I have different ones all the time.
Okay, what was the last one?
You look the way you do because you're special, not in the short butt shit. I mean, that God had to test you. And all of this pain is training for the day when you will lead us with the gifts God gave to you.
Like
Brother Ali from Minnesota.
No pressure.
Whew.
We're gonna stick it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Who's one of the artists that you vibe to
I'm
when you're in that
naturally
spot?
going to Sarah Bareilles.
Okay, go and give us a Sarah
let's hear
Her
it.
Bareilles.
lyrics are
Yeah.
what made me want to start writing lyrics. But to pick one,
That's
I
a
don't
great place
know.
to start, though. What's the one song that will stop you from doing whatever it is you're doing?
Yeah, something that was
You'll be
very,
like,
something that was very.
you gotta have, everybody got that one song
Yeah.
that'll be like, hold up.
Hold on a second. Do you give us a song lyric there, brother?
Yeah.
Well, I always default to Rakim, but I can do Pink.
I
too,
thought you
though.
was gonna come with some Pink. That's what.
Pink's
Look,
my-
nobody wants to hear the Rakim out of you, D. We want the Pink. Give us that Pink,
I'm
dog.
the biggest Pink
He's a Pink
fan.
fan.
Like I'm not kidding. I have every album.
No
Like,
way.
oh, like not even a joke.
What was it? The tattoos and the bald head that gave it away?
Like I went to a Pink concert with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and they were like, "That's so sweet. You here with your girlfriend?" I'm like, "She here with me? What the hell are you talking about? Like this is my shit."
Like, who knew? D is a Pink
Oh,
fan.
are you kidding me? Sober? Sober's one of my favorites.
When you say sober, I think Tool. Right?
No, she has
Does
a song
anybody
called
else know
Sober.
Tool besides me? Have a song called Sober?
The only place that I'm safe is when I'm high in the sky. No one can touch me.
Oh
That's,
shit.
yeah, that's her stuff right
The only
there.
place I'm safe is when I'm high in the sky.
Yeah, no one can touch me. I don't want to be the one you call.
You know what? You could be
I
the
guess
first.
I know mine, but
Okay. Well,
Give
give
it
us.
up, girl.
You know, but give us one of your lyrics then. Give us something that of
no,
yours.
I
said she knows
have
hers.
this. No, I have
She's
this.
had it. She's just debating if she's gonna give it to us or
I'm
not.
debating if it really is it, but I think it is because the first one that came to my mind.
That's the one.
That's right.
That is always the one.
And it's gonna sound so stupid.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
You gotta say it with a straight face though. Into the camera.
Okay. The Sarah Bareilles song, love song, just the typical "not gonna write you a love song because you asked for it." That's pretty much it.
That's a great song.
And if you read into what that lyric is actually about, that's
Yeah.
why I love it so much.
Yeah.
Because it's not really a love song. It was about her label wanting a
Mm-hmm.
specific thing from her, and she didn't want to do it, so she didn't.
got
And then
it.
she got
a little
this
bit of
hit.
rebellion.
Right.
And that song was the song that like changed my life, and it made me decide to be like, I'm not gonna be Mormon anymore. I'm
Wow.
gonna start doing my own thing, like just because you asked for it, like.
Yeah.
And it
Her
really, like,
voice is
changed.
very, very, very heavy and like powerful.
She's like
Yeah.
live, perfect.
Yeah.
Not a single
you guys'
flaw.
tones are not dissimilar though.
No.
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 But Sarah Bareilles is dope. Yeah, because when you said it the first time I was front, but when you said "Not Gonna Write You a Love Song," I was like, I know that song.
Yeah, everyone knows the song. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
the dumb one to choose because her most like popular one. But it's like
It's
I
not
went-
though
I went
because
to
it
the
means
show.
something real
Yeah,
to
it's
you.
not. It's not. It's
I
not.
went
Even-
to her show one time, and there was every song that she was singing that were like my favorite songs.
Mhm.
And I didn't cry. I thought I was gonna cry.
Oh,
But the
wow.
second she sang "Love Song," I just bawled.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
know why. Like it's just something that's
Because
gonna
some
be.
things
That
touch
song,
you on
that song is
another
on my
Yeah, true.
on my
Yeah.
playlist. On my,
Mine is Pink 90 Days, boy. That got me.
Word?
90 Days?
Oh, I don't know.
You
the
haven't
track.
heard?
He'll play it for me
Be tripping.
because D loves me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
What was the second thing you wanted to ask our wonderful?
That was the two things.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to move on to some real stuff. Not that what she does is not real, but like meaning the stuff that I can't find about you online. So, so you're obviously dealing with something that is chronic in your life, as far as your physical abilities and lack thereof and things like that. So now, as things start to open up, right now you can shopping malls are 50% open, restaurants are 25% open, the gym is like 10% open. How do you feel about going out? Like, do you not care? Are you just like functioning like a normal person? Are you like, oh damn, I'm inside of a restaurant again?
I'm probably gonna keep staying home.
Okay.
I didn't really go out before. I'm like an introvert. I like.
So
to
was
be
this like a
home.
great excuse for you to be like, I'd love to, but the
Honestly,
damn COVID.
I thrived during this. Like my career and everything just
Yeah.
kind of took off because I knew how to handle it.
Yeah.
And I like being home with
I
like,
swear that
animals,
was
you know?
literally the Emily Dickinson reference when I said she's agoraphobic because she didn't like to leave her house. And she went to church and she went to her back porch and that was pretty much it. And then she wrote a bunch of damn poetry about death. But right, but I'm not saying that your songs about death because they're not. But yeah, when
You haven't heard those ones yet.
yeah, yeah, the noir is what kind of got me. Like when in the video when you talked about being comfortably lonely, almost that was like kind of a sentiment that I got because someone was trying to give you some pity. He was like, wait a minute, I'm good right here. Like, chill out.
Yeah.
Right. So, do you find that that's a place where you can be more creative, where it's quiet, so to speak?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do miss going to like big studios and doing sessions.
Right.
And so I'm excited to do those again.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you would like to start doing again that you used to do before that you haven't? And I'm not talking about being in a studio. I'm talking about like just being out in some capacity. Like my joint is like movies. Like I love going to the movies. I love checking out for 2 hours, right? Like what'd you say, alien gonna be president and have little kids that are furry? Great, let's see what happens. Like I will buy into any bullshit, right? But that's my thing that I miss probably the most more than anything else. So if there's like one or two things that you could pick, like, you know what, I really want to start doing that again.
Sporting events.
Oh.
Okay, like what?
We go to basketball games, football
Basketball.
games.
Okay.
Baseball games, all that.
Do you have a particular sport or just
Basketball.
Okay, basketball.
Yeah.
So that means you have a favorite team.
Utah doesn't have a football team, does it? Hell no.
No, but
There's
the Raiders are in
Utah
Vegas now.
has a-
Yeah.
That's basketball.
That's basketball.
Yeah, they don't have a football team.
No, but the
Raiders
I'm
in
from a
Vegas.
part of Utah that's like it's like an hour to Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been to Zion, which is
That's where I'm from.
shut up.
Yeah.
It looks like Cars.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, Cars looks like it.
Yes, that's what I mean. So I'm not that person, right? I don't do the camping thing and all that kind of stuff. I pay for a house. I'm gonna be at the house. I'm not paying to camp in a park in a tent. But going through Zion and driving like through Zion, I was like, this is
It's unreal.
freaking amazing.
I've seen it thousands of times, and every time I see it, I'm like taking pictures. I'm like, wait, I already have a million.
For
of these on my
real.
phone.
And the road that they've made through there,
Yeah.
cool. That is amazing.
You know, off camera, D and I were talking about the WAP performance for the Grammys, and we always give a dude perspective on the WAP performance on women, and I'm pretty sure there are female fucking. Like, I know. Cut it, man.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's just say fuck 15 more times. Son of a fucking bitch. God, son of a fucking... I mean, why not? Because at this point in time, there's no point for me to control my language.
What was the blinking demonetized?
I can't. Josh, I'm trying. I'm really trying.
So
He's not cooperating.
I'm trying to figure out what do you think about the sexuality that's being presented in the music?
Let's take it... I want that, but let's take it even a little bit more. In relation to the cancel culture of so many what we would consider ridiculous notions.
Yes.
Being a female, being an entertainer, and possibly at some point in time, maybe being put in that position of, we don't like what you're saying or what you stand for,
Yeah.
you could be on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, because someone could be talking bad about you because of a lyric, or they can be attacking you because of something. And I'm like, well, yes.
So what do you think about the two? Like cancel culture for like...
I'm
for instance-
entirely against cancel culture, and I'm entirely against censorship.
Okay.
But I'm for. I mean, I liked the performance. I was like, that was hot. You know what I mean? But also, you got to think. Grammys had the least views it's ever had.
Ooh, it sure did.
So
Yeah.
people
The
are not
views were
watching
tanking.
when they don't want to, and that's what's going to happen. If they don't want to watch it, they're not going to watch it.
So why do you think they weren't watching?
Probably because of that kind of stuff.
Because of what?
Yeah, I mean, just the media, music and media in general, like even TikTok, you got stuff that bad
Agreed, yeah,
right in
agreed.
your fingertips. The little 12-year-olds, you know what I mean?
Right.
My little cousin's doing these dances where I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yes.
But it's kind of like more, it's so normal to them. And it's kind of like, think about way in the past when people had to, girls had to cover their arms all the way, their legs all the way, and then things slowly started getting shorter and shorter. And it just became normal in that time.
Right.
So the people that are older and witnessing it as new are like, what the hell?
Yes.
But the people that are growing up in it, it's just life.
That's a great
You know what I
point.
mean?
Yeah.
Because we've kind of seen both ends of it.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes down to what you said earlier about parenting. Just parents. If you don't want your kids to watch it, you have the control to take it away from them.
Yes.
And if you're an adult, you have the choice whether you want to watch
I mean,
it or
it's
not.
kind of the same thing with TikTok, right? Like, but I think what happens is that we have parents and children, of course, belong to two different generations, and a lot of times the child will know how to manipulate the platform a lot better than the parent.
Bed check.
Yeah, bed
That's
check.
all about that.
Bed check
know?
is a great example of that, right?
Kids are always. It's just. how it is.
Yo, bed check is like the wild. I'm breaking all the rules in the house song. Like even the video, we got another boy coming what do you say? I got another boy coming in the morning or in the AM or something. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know.
It's.
Let's talk about bed check, okay?
But everyone can relate to it. You said I didn't write it for like older people. Yeah, I did. 'Cause they can relate.
No, you're right. There was a time.
I didn't write it for the younger kids. I don't want them to know that this happened.
There's a time when all of us guys were teenagers doing wild shit like trying to creep into girls' windows at 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll all sign off on that. Yep. And it was interesting to hear it from a girl's perspective because even the boy character he's almost afraid of you in the video.
Too aggressive.
Yes. Yeah. First of all, it's a cartoon, right? But the girl is aggressive. She's like, I want it now, and you'll give it to me. The boy's like, oh shit, you're not playing. Like when finally given what he wanted, he didn't know what to do with it.
But that's what a lot of the female artists now have embraced. They've embraced a certain amount of, maybe not masculinity, confidence. Okay, they've embraced a certain amount of confidence about who they are. Not just sexuality, but about who they are. One of the reasons why I'm such a huge Pink fan is because she did put up a middle finger to all that stuff and was like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and not do your R&B thing. I'm going to go ahead and do my own thing. And it didn't catch right away until it did. And then when it caught like wildfire. And then a lot of other artists were able to build on people like her because she was like, yeah, I'm literally going to talk about doing the walk of shame and trying not to mess my hair up and is that gum stuck in my hair.
I think that's the growth process I went through, and I think that most people go through is you become yourself first and you live as yourself, but you're not comfortable talking about it yet.
Right.
And then there comes a point where you're like, I'm ready to talk about it.
Hold on a second. I want you to say that again, please. Go on, say that again. Say that again. Because, like, and the church said, amen.
For real. First, you become who you're supposed to be, and you live it, and you get comfortable with who you are, and then you are able to talk about it.
It's true.
Like, still to this day, it's really hard for me to talk about me leaving the church.
Right.
Because I've said this a million times. I'd rather go through all my illnesses over again than go through leaving the church again.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
And I still don't like to talk about it fully, but one day I will.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm starting to hint at it in my songs, but
all things in its time.
Yeah.
How long have you been dealing with the kidney issue?
Well, I had kidney cancer from the second I was born.
Okay.
And then I lost that kidney completely.
Right.
And then I lived life with one kidney, with issues obviously, because, and then it failed on my birthday 3.5 years ago.
Oof. Right. Yeah, you said something in the video about when someone asked you what was one thing that you would do, and that answer was what? I know the answer.
Wait, one thing that I would
do. It says it's because we're talking about your dietary restrictions, and it was a very, very it was so simple but yet profound. They asked you what is one thing that you would do. We're talking about eating and drinking. What was one thing that you would do if you had zero dietary restrictions?
Was it drink water?
You said drink water. I miss drinking water.
I miss drinking water so much.
Yeah, it's so... See, that in and of itself can only be articulated.
Can't fathom that.
Yeah, I can't fathom
Like,
that.
I'm listening to you and I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, but...
And then I tell people I can't drink water, they're like, well, drink juice. I'm like, no, I can't drink fluid
at
all.
Right,
Food,
right.
yogurt,
because you can't process.
any kind of fluid.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm...
so thirsty all the time.
I can't imagine. But once again, these are the types of emotions that kind of show up in your writing. This is the type... Because, like, the people even listening to this are having the same response that Dee had.
Yeah.
Like, can't fathom not drinking water, not drinking anything.
I usually have to tell people 10 times before they really get it. They're like, oh, you really can't. I'm like, no, I really can't.
Like, I'm not playing with
you.
Right.
No.
All right.
I'm going to open up the floor to
If you have a question for an adult performer, what would you ask an adult performer?
Exactly.
Relating it back to, like, me leaving the church and, like, me getting a tattoo, I may as well have done porn. That's how much it, like, offended my family, you know what I mean?
Right.
How's your family?
Well, I know they love those face tattoos also. Oh, they love that.
Oh my gosh.
You'd be like, look, Ma.
Nah, I don't. Out of sight, out of mind.
What does your brow tattoo say, by the way?
King.
King. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Question.
I'm going to get it.
I just want to know, like, when you first started, like, your family, like... Did you tell them, or was it like they figured it out, or was it?
So I'm not very close with the majority of my family.
Okay.
Not for any other reason than that we live on different coasts. I grew up with just my mom.
Because I miss family.
Yeah, so I'm close. I just caught that. I'm close with my mom, with my grandmother. That's kind of about it.
So, sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Even like my cousins that I'm not close with, I know they like creep on my stuff, and I
Right.
know they like talk shit. So like, do you have like people that do that to you? Like,
Yeah, for sure. I've had that. Well, you know, when you're in anything that's entertainment oriented, there's always going to be naysayers and haters and people
Yeah.
that are just going to take jabs at you, and it's horrible. But it's I don't read them.
yeah,
Is what it is. And it's funny you bring that up because my mom, when I told her, yo, by the way, I'm fucking for a living, her response was,
Is that how you said it?
I said something like that. I like to ruffle feathers, so
Hey, Mom, guess what I'm doing for a living?
yeah. Well, she
What,
was actually
son?
surprised it took that long for me. She was surprised it took that long for me to start.
Oh wow, really?
Well, I was a whore for a long time. So she was like,
Like you might as well make money off of it.
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
she was way more disappointed when she saw my first tattoo.
No way.
I was like, oh my God, you're writing on your body. It's not yours, it's mine. I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure it's mine, Mom. And she was
Wow.
like, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I did it. See that? I did that. I did
Wow.
that. And so that was way more shocking. But by the time I started doing porn, she was like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Nothing shocking.
Yeah, so that wasn't really that big of a shock. She is appreciative that like we're really safe in the industry. We get tested all the time. Like for instance, like COVID, like we get tested. I'll get tested 3 times this week. That's just we have a lot of testing going on.
I get tested all the time for COVID also, too.
Me too.
But
Yeah.
I'm not slinging schmeat on the internet
Hey,
for
man.
a living.
You're on OnlyFans grading papers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm on OnlyFans skeeting on them.
Skeet.
Whatever works for you. Yeah, so I mean, there's that aspect of it. I'm just always the comments. Like I don't know if you ever read people's comments on your music and stuff like
I
that.
read all of them.
Okay, stop. Please stop.
But honestly,
You've probably gotten a lot
I
of
know,
really
but
dope
you're
comments.
like no haters
Yeah.
anymore. I
Well,
had
that's
them.
great.
It's kind of all
Right.
filtered out.
I think that's awesome.
They'll come
because-
back, but
You know, we forgot to ask, what is your relationship to Cuckoo? Because Cuckoo is kind of the house that we all live in. You know, we're all in this house together. D and I are in the podcast wing of Cuckoo.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your relationship with with Cuckoo itself?
well, I just met him not too long ago.
Sweet.
I slid into Lexi's DMs.
Okay.
Sent her a song. Said,
Okay.
hey, you should get on this. And she's like, okay.
No word.
And then she showed all of them, and then they're like, want to come by? And I did. And
How are you feeling about the vibe of like you are the label and
It's everything that I always asked for and wanted that everyone told me didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So
well they were right. It didn't exist till now.
Until they
Yeah.
created it.
Cuckoo,
Yeah.
where your dreams can come true.
And a lot of
You
people, I
are
think,
the
try to do
label.
it, but no one does it right.
No.
Right.
And so it was a relief to like meet everyone else.
Yeah. So, what do you have coming up next? What's next on the horizon, and where can people find it? Where can people find the next great American, beautiful, fantastic, universal song on Earth in the universe?
Well, I'm dropping probably one of my favorite songs I've ever written,
Dope.
called Robot ASAP. I don't have an exact date yet. Next
Okay.
few weeks. It's going to be dope. It's going to be out everywhere. I'm going to drop some sick merch.
Okay.
And then I'm going to keep dropping songs every few weeks after
And
that.
do you have a name for your fandom?
My Kingdom.
The Kingdom.
Yeah.
All right. So
We're
yeah.
gonna get this merch out.
KingElleNoir.com probably. Look, follow me on Instagram. I don't know yet.
That's what I was looking for. Because
Yeah.
no matter what happens, you're gonna put it on
On
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Instagram.
Link,
Everything's
yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Link in bio.
Link in
Link
the
in
bio.
bio.
Yeah,
That's right.
link in the bio.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And we'll actually post your Instagram in our subsection as well.
Yes.
So that way.
Yeah. Plug your Instagram real quick.
It's King Elle Noir. KingEllenOir. Everything. I'm King Elle Noir on everything.
Awesome. Listen, we appreciate you. For those that don't know, it's very difficult for her to sit here and do this whole show. She stayed through the whole thing. Didn't even think she
What
was
a
going to be able to make
champion.
it.
Right.
She killed it. So we appreciate you. Thank you
Smooth
so
round of
much.
applause for King Elle Noir, please. Smooth round of applause. That's right. Smooth round of
Thank you
applause.
guys for watching the show again. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button, please do so. It's right around here somewhere. Scholar and Center Show. I am Derrick Pierce.
I'm Kip the Amazing.
Thank you guys.
Love.
Scholar.
I think very deeply.
Sinner.